Welcome to the top 10 most pulled comic books for May 22nd, 2024. I'm Mike Spiderslayer. Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. This is the video series where I share with you the top 10 most pulled comic books for the week based off of the website leagueofcomicgeeks.com. Now, this is not a definitive number. This is not comic sales. This is just one website showing interest for certain titles of comic books. So if you guys want to become a member of League of Comic Geeks, it's free. There's paid subscriptions. This is not a paid advertisement, but if you want to create a weekly pull list or a monthly pull list, you can do it on this website. And also, before we get started, guys, if you want to become a member of my personal YouTube channel, you can do that as low as 99 cents. It definitely helps support the channel. You'll get early access to all my videos when they're released. Also, you will get stickers for your comments when you write a comment in the comment section and on the live streams as well. Plus, you'll get monthly badges flexing, letting you know how long you've been a member of Comic Book Corner 2.0. So with that being said, guys, let's get started with this week's episode. Catwoman issue 65. This is a 32-page comic for the price of $4. We're definitely off to a good start with the pull number. It's 3,487, and technically this is number 15 on the list. Writer is Teenie Howard. The art is done by Carmine DiGiandomenico. Listen, when it comes to Catwoman, I know there's a decent amount of readers out there, and I don't read the character. I haven't read the character really since the New 52. So if you're enjoying it, let me know in the comments below, or do you just collect it because it's cool covers? And if you do, that's absolutely fine. The next book on the outside looking in is Star Wars. This is issue 46, 28 pages for the price of $5. We have 3,736 pulls when it comes to Star Wars. The writer here is Charles Soule, and the art is done by Matabik. I'm not even going to attempt to say that name. So when it comes to Star Wars, here's what we got. Rescue Mon Mothma. The fate of the Rebel Alliance has become intertwined with the accused traitor, Lando Calrissian. What? We've never seen that before? I don't know, guys. What do you think of Star Wars comics overall as a whole? Do you think that these ones are a little bit overpriced? Should they go back to that $4 mark, or should they stay at that $5 mark? Let me know those thoughts in the comments below. The next book that's on the outside looking in is The Spectacular Spider-Man. This is issue 3, 28 pages for the price of $4. This book has 3,807 pulls, and this one is written by Greg Weisman, and Roberto Ramos is the artist. Now, when it comes to this book, this is a little bit of a weird book, as we're getting to see characters live their best lives, and there's some weird science experiment going on. Now, is Peter Parker and Miles Morales involved in this little experiment? Might be, because Miles Morales and Kamala Khan get to go on their first date, and Peter is going on a date with Gwen. What is happening? Looking forward to this issue. Do you guys like The Spectacular Spider-Man? Our next book that's on the outside looking in, which is unfortunate, but I can't understand because not everybody reads G.I. Joe. This is Cobra Commander. This is issue 5, the miniseries finale. This one is 32 pages for the price of $4. This book has 3,815 pulls. It's written by Joshua Williamson, and the art is done by Andrea Molina. This book is going to be cool because this is where Cobra Commander makes a deal with a powerful ally that can't be trusted. If you're a G.I. Joe fan, you obviously know who that can be. So I'm very much looking forward to this. And obviously, maybe, I guess, after this particular issue, you kind of know the story of what goes on with Cobra and Cobra Commander, right? So I would still like to see more issues of this. I think this has been a brilliant series, but I'll take anything from the Energon universe right now. It's been really solid. Our last book that's on the outside looking in is The Fall of a House of X, issue 5. Can it just freaking fall already? Please. The battle for the future. It all comes down to this. We've heard that line for months now. Orcus versus the X-Men. The winner take the future, right? So this book has 3,940 pulls. The writer here is Jerry Duggan. The art is done by Stefano Casilli. We know what it is at this point, guys. It's right around the corner. Rise from the ashes. Let's get through this book. There are still a lot of people that are interested and want to find out how it all ends and maybe how it possibly connects. But for me, I'll be passing this one up. All right, here we go. The top 10 now. And number 10 goes to Void Rivals. This is issue 9. This is a 28-page comic for the price of $4. We are now in the 4,000s when it comes to the pulls. We're at 4,390. The writer is Robert Kirkman. The art is done by Lorenzo De Felici. I know some people do not like this book because they're not fans of the artwork. But the story is really good as we get to learn how Derek and Solila are two different races and they're learning to work together to escape this wasteland area right now, right? And it looks like in this comic book, we're going to be introduced to the Autobot Springer. And Springer is a triple changer. Now, what does that mean? Well, he can change from robot from one form to another form. One of the forms is, I think, like a helicopter or something like that. It's a spacecraft, an aircraft. And I'm sure he's going to use his form to get these guys out of the wastelands. We'll see, though. Is he friend or foe in this comic? I'm looking forward to it. Definitely, guys, check this one out. I love freaking Void Rivals. The Immortal Thor. This is issue 11. This is legacy numbering 772. This is 28 pages for the price of $5. This one is falling in that number 9 spot this week, so I feel like this one's dropped a little bit. This one has 4,802 pulls. The writer here is Al Ewing, and the art is done by Valentina Pinti. Listen, when it comes to Immortal Thor, I'm not even going to begin to try to explain what this book actually is. Even in the description, I can't even understand what's happening. So the last thing that I read that had to do with Immortal Thor at all was that whole Roxxon story, right, with Thor. And that one was good. I read the first 2 issues of this and I was not a fan. But if you guys are enjoying it, that's freaking awesome. I think also maybe if you're an Alex Ross cover collector, this could boost the sales as well because these covers are absolutely beautiful. Falling in the 8th spot this week, it goes to Tom Taylor's Titans. This is issue 11. This is a 32-page comic for the price of $4. This book does have 5,195 pulls. Like I said, it's written by Tom Taylor. The art is done by Lucas Mayer. Listen, when it comes to the Titans, like I loved Beast World, but I didn't like the beginning of Titans. I liked Beast World, and then I didn't like the Titans really that much after it. So I don't think I'm personally going to be continuing it, but you know, it is what it is. If you like it, that's great. I know there's hardcore fans of Titans, and they will read it no matter what. But I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below when it comes to this run of Titans. Coming in at number 7, we have Wonder Woman. This is issue 9, reunited with Steve Trevor. And it feels so good. This book is 40 pages for the price of $5. This book does have 5,208 pulls, written by Tom King, and the art is done by Daniel Sampry. Now, when it comes to this story, I'm very much intrigued by it. I'm interested, but I'm just not a personal fan of the way Tom King writes comics, as it takes so long to come across what's going on in a story that I get tired of reading it. Not that it's a bad story, it just takes so long to explain what's going on. It's like we're over explaining everything that is happening, and for me that just frustrates me. But the artwork is gorgeous and the story concept is interesting. This is a test. This time Sovereign's grip is actually tightening on Wonder Woman here. And where does she retreat? She retreats to the arms of Steve Trevor. So that sounds very cool. I still actually have to read issue 8 because I did not read that issue because, again, I get turned off by his writing and I see an issue and I'm like, oh my God. So, I don't know. We'll see. Am I going to continue this? I'm on the fence. But let me know if you guys are enjoying Wonder Woman. Coming in at number 6, we have the Ultimate Black Panther. This is issue 4. This is 28 pages for the price of $5. This book has 5,245 pulls. This one's written by Brian Hill. The art is done by Stefano Caselli. Gorgeous artwork when it comes to this book. The Ultimate Universe comics have been pretty solid. T'Challa is missing right now, and the leader here looks like it could be Shuri. I'm not sure. We're going to see who takes the throne, but this has been pretty good. Now, when it comes to the Ultimate line, honestly, Black Panther is my least favorite. I actually really like Ultimate X-Men, especially after the last issue of it. So I like Spider-Man, and then I like X-Men, and then it's Black Panther, and then we'll see what happens with the whole Ultimates thing and whatnot. But still really good book, just not my favorite. Where are you guys ranking the Ultimate Comics right now? Let me know. Here we go. Top 5. Something is Killing the Children. This is issue 37. 32 pages. The price is $4. We have 5,472 pulls on this comic. The writer is James Tynion. The artist is done by Werther Del Endera. This book is great. And right now we're learning more about Erica Slaughter. We're learning about earlier missions that she has went on to help develop the character that she is today. So they're almost like a bunch of one-shots. And where it leads going forward, I'm not sure, but I'm really enjoying it. And if you guys are still sticking with Something is Still Killing the Children, let me know in the comments below, where a lot of people were buying it just for spec purposes. But if you're still liking it, like I said, I want to know. Coming in at number 4, we have Superman issue 14, House of Brainiac, part 4. 32 pages, $5. The pull on this is 7,515. Written by Joshua Williamson, art done by Rafa Sandoval. Really good series, but it looks like this one might be focused on the Superman and Lobo fight, as it looks like Lobo is trying to be the main man of his race, and in order to do that, he has to fight Superman. Now, it could be all set up a ploy to portray the other bad guys in this story, but for me, I feel like this might be the weaker part of the story. I'm really more interested in all that Brainiac stuff that's going along, and hopefully we get to see this new Queen Brainiac. But let me know how you feel about Superman at this point in time. Coming in at number 3, we have Batman Superman World's Finest, issue 27. This book is 32 pages for the price of $4. The book has 8,507 pulls to it. This one is written by Mark Waid and Dan Mora. They have not missed a beat since this series has launched, and this one has to do with like Mxyzptlk and Batmite and all those different fifth dimension type of characters. And I don't know, this one doesn't just seem like it's up my alley. Same with issue 26, and that's why I didn't read it. I could be completely wrong. Maybe I'll go back and read those couple, but with as many comics as I read each week, if something doesn't seem the best to me, I kind of put it off to the side, and if I fall behind, I just read it at a later date. But if you loved issue 26, you might like issue 27, so let me know what you thought in the comments below. Here we go, top 2. And this comic can't get number 1. It's The Amazing Spider-Man, issue 50. It's a landmark issue, and it's not number 1. This book's legacy is 944 with 80 pages, and it's a $10 comic book. Maybe that's why. This book has 9,323 pulls. There's multiple creators on this comic book, I think. One of them is Marv Wolfman, and I think we have Zeb Wells, Nikish Shukla, so there's multiple stories in this comic. That's what you can expect here. But here we go. The main story is Guess Who's Back? The Green Goblin returns in this landmark and massive issue of Amazing Spider-Man that boasts not only double-sized main story, but some instant Spider-Man classics by legends and legends to be. The sins of Norman Osborn have found their way home, and Norman shows his true color, green. But is it truly that simple? Spidey and Guyby's brutal fight is one of the ages, and you don't want to miss this. So, I don't know, guys. We'll see what this issue has to offer. Based off of issue 53, supposedly we're getting Peter Parker return back to Green Goblin, or become the Green Goblin. I don't know, we'll see. Are you guys excited for issue 50? So our number one comic, once again, and edging out Spider-Man by about 300 pulls, goes to Nightwing, issue 114. Legacy numbering 301, 28 pages, $5. This book has 9,610 pulls. It is down a little bit, but this is a big issue as this is the final story arc from Tom Taylor. This is titled Fallen Grayson, part 1 of 5. So are we going to get the conclusion of what's going to happen to what's the character's name, the bad guy in this, Heartless, yeah, right, that guy, right? Are we going to find out what's going on with him? And then also we're going to get Bruno Redondo on this final story arc as well, who started this run. So I'm excited for that. So I would love to see a great conclusion to this run from Tom Taylor. I think it needs to happen to somewhat, I feel like, give his run a little bit more respect. I think he's written the character well, but the story progression has been a crawl, and I think that's what people are upset about. So hopefully we'll get a solid conclusion and make people happy. So there you have it, webheads. There are the top 10, almost top 15 most pulled comics for this new comic book week, which is May 22nd, 2024. What are you guys looking most forward to that is not on this top 10 list? And of course, guys, if you love the content, I'll leave you more content right here for you to check out. This is after the poll where I review all the comic books that I read for the current comic book week. And as always, guys, remember, support the local comic shops. Keep buying, keep collecting, but always read those comics so we can have some great comic conversation. Guys, thank you so much. I will see you real soon. Thank you.